Hello, new members to our SFM community. Firstly, I'd like to welcome you. And secondly, I'd like to just do this little video which may help you progress through your training and through building your business with the SFM. I will do a blog in the SFM community to go with this video. I will try and keep this short. My name is Sandra Lemming. I'm a member of the SFM. Okay, now as you can see, you're in your back office here. Okay, and during the SFM, so you'll hear Stuart talk a lot about, building an authority website. Even in your startup modules, you'll come across some areas in the startup module that talk about your authority blog. In module 5, you may not be that far ahead yet. That's okay. Just stick with going through the modules one step at a time and take action through those. But when you get to building a website, you'll be using a thing called the Digital Business Lounge, which we, nickname the DBL, which is here, Launch DBL. When you get to the stage of building your websites on the WordPress platform, what I would like to suggest that you do is you use your resources within the SFM, okay? Now, when I joined the SFM way back in 2012, we did not have Launch DBL. We didn't have the Digital Business Lounge, and we didn't have a lot of training on building a website. Okay, so using the WordPress system for a lot of us, like myself, was very new. I had never run a blog. I'd never had a website. I didn't even really understand that there were different platforms for websites. Okay, so having a WordPress website was very, very new to me. I was a lot of fumbling around in the dark and trying to figure things out. But then as we progress through the SFM, training was brought in. And this is what I want you guys to do. When you're building your website, and this goes out to even people who think they're more experienced, to have finished their training, okay? If you are struggling with your WordPress website, before you rush out and ask 7, 8, 9, 10 different community members who you consider to be experienced questions, check the training modules first, okay? Because, by asking several different other members the same question, you're tying up a lot of other people's time. So you need to be respective, respect of other members' times. More experienced members generally have their hands full with their business. They're usually a good step into their business. They could be in the middle of trying to grow their business to the next level, and they have a business to run as well. And don't forget, they're not getting paid by SFM, and they're not getting paid by you or anyone else to answer these questions. So when you ask more than one of them for their time, make sure that the time that you're asking for is valuable to you and them. And it's not just time wasting stuff that you could have found in the training modules. Now, I'm not trying to put you off asking questions here. I'm just saying, please do a little bit of research first. It's the right thing to do. Okay, so use your training modules, use the system. Now, back in my day, they instigated some training for WordPress, which you can find under the training manual, the training tab in your SFM back office. You go down to archives, you click on archives and open up archives. And in archives, there will be a lot of different training in there from the past days when we didn't have the things like the DBL now, okay? And what you do is you click on this little down arrow here. And as you'll see right down the bottom, WordPress Mastery Webinars. Now, these were webinars that, members like myself would have to make sure we could show up on. To learn about the WordPress platform and how to build our authority blogs on WordPress. And jeepers, I'm in Australia, and back in those days, webinars like this were at like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning for me. But, if I wanted to learn, I had to get out of bed and do it. You've got the benefit of these pre-recorded trainings here in your back office under training, under archives. Click the arrow, WordPress Mastery webinars. Now, if you go down there, Alex Easterman, one of our members of the SFM staff members, great guy, he took time out to do these webinars for us. And sometimes these webinars went for an hour. And that was time of Alex's. That was valuable time that he was dedicating to the community members at the time, because we were struggling to build our WordPress authority sites. Okay. So, we showed up on these webinars. These were all recorded so we could go back over them. So that, these are old recordings, have a look in here. You may find the answer to your questions in some of these old trainings. Okay. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you already have access to your DBL, you can launch the DBL, which is your Digital Business Lounge. When you click on launch, it will open you up into the Digital Business Lounge if you're that far into your training at the moment. Now in here, okay, there are lots of different videos. Watch the welcome video. Definitely watch the welcome video. How to host a domain purchased outside the DBL. Watch that video. Listen to what is being said to you. Okay. Now, yes, Stuart shows you how to host a domain that comes from GoDaddy, but he also says in that video training that there are a million different places that you can buy domain names from. And not all of them will look the same as what he is showing in GoDaddy, but there is a similar process. And if you are having trouble and struggling, contact your host that you purchased your domain from and get some assistance from them. And most of those guys, HostGator, GoDaddy, Namecheap, and a million and one of the others, have knowledge bases where you can go and find answers to your questions. But when it comes to building your website and you get stuck in part of your website, or you're struggling with your authority site, have a look in this dashboard here in your DBL. Notice something here? It's called WordPress 101. Have you ever wondered what WordPress 101 was? Have you ever been curious enough to click on it? Well, just in case you haven't, I'm going to click on it for you now. And what do you see opening up here? You've got an intro video. Watch your intro video. And then these videos will take you through building your WordPress site from scratch. From how to install WordPress, through to the dashboard, through to post and pages. It shows you everything. It shows you how to use the editor in WordPress, shows you how to create a post, shows you different post formats, editing existing posts, creating and editing pages. There's a heap of videos in there, and if you watch them in sequence as you follow each step and you do that on your WordPress site, by the time you get to the last video, you would have built a very, very customizable, user-friendly website. Okay? So, don't come in here and go, oh, well, I want to look at installing plugins. Start at the beginning here. If you're first starting, watch, if you don't want to do the SFM, if you click on installers and you don't want to install the SFM authority site, watch these videos. Okay. So, and you've got all the info there. It'll even talk about your menu. Did you know that depending on what settings you have on your website that you're building, when you create a page and publish it, it won't always show up on your website to the public. You may have to go into your menu and add that page to your website. Okay, so check out your WordPress 101 tutorials. Your answers may be in there. So look in there, have a look in there, read through, watch through the videos. You may find your answer in there first. Yes, this is going to take you a little bit of time, and you may think that you could save time just by asking an expert or a more experienced person. But, don't you think that's being disrespectful of their time, of them trying to build their business? Because you're just too lazy to do a little bit of research and training yourself. And trust me, if you attempt to do these things yourself with the right training and tools that we have in the SFM system, you will feel so much better for being able to have accomplished it on your own first, just by doing a little bit of research into the tools and the training and watching the training and doing it yourself. It will also make you a better marketer. It will make you a better business person, and it will help you hone your skills so that one day you can be a trainer, a coach, and a mentor as well. But if you're too lazy to do that, you're never going to make a good trainer, a good leader, or a good coach, because you've always had to rely on the gratitude of others to help you themselves, to answer your questions for you, because you didn't want to go and research it. So have a look in your training, guys. Okay. Now, this training will also apply to you if you have chosen to install the SFM Authority site. Just because you choose the SFM Authority site does not mean it's not on the WordPress platform. It's still a website that's built for you, and it's still on the WordPress platform. So these videos in WordPress 101 will still be beneficial to you with the customization and doing other little tasks on your SFM Authority site. So please use the training. There's also another place where you can go to get tips and training when you're a little bit more advanced with building your website, under the news tab of the DBL. And in here, you'll find some great insightful training. And trust me, don't feel bad. A lot of us more experienced, complacent SFM members actually forget to go and have a look in here. You'd be surprised how many, seasoned SFM members have come to me and asked me a question about something, or said to me, I know I've seen that training somewhere, I just can't remember where, who have forgotten to check their news tab in the DBL. We all do it. We get complacent. We become seasoned. We get complacent, and we do it. And as you can see in the DBL here, you have more training videos, introductions to categories, hints and tips, how to access your DBL FTP account, introduction to blogging. There's lots of extra training videos in here, updating your WordPress theme. All sorts of things are in here that can help you out. So please use your SFM system. Use it for what it is. Do your modules in order. Check out your training tab. Go into your DBL when you're building your site. Use the DBL training videos, the WordPress 101 videos. Follow the instructions. Even if you open these up in another tab while you're building your website, so you can pause the video, perform that action, and then play the video and pause it on the next action and do that action in your website. It's not that hard to have more than one tab open. If you want to open in another tab, you just right click on your mouse, open link in new tab, and you can open that video in a new tab and still have your website open at the same time. So what I'm going to show you here is I've got the Six Figure Mentors community tab open. I've got the Six Figure Mentors back office tab open. I've got the Digital Business Lounge WordPress 1 videos open. I've also got the news tab open in DBL, and now I have the video tab, so I can now watch this how to install WordPress video, and I can pause it as I need to, and then click over to my website tab and take action, and then just click back to that tab and watch some more, and then just click back to my website. It's very easy to do. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to write the blog for this, and I'll put some screen snippets in there, and I hope this blog really, really does help you become a better SFM DEA business person, marketer, coach, mentor, trainer, or wherever your path is taking you. I really hope you take away some valuable lessons from this blog that I'm constructing in the SFM community and this video. Have a great day, guys, and once again to all the new members, welcome, and please use your training and resources and be respectful of other members' time. Thanks for that. Bye for now.